Microphone calm. Just checking real quick. There you go. A little small. All right. Shalom, shalom, Yonkers. This is Precinct Officer Parataza out of Yonkers, New York. This is Isupk. Start off at 1 West 125th Street under Commando General Yohana. And since 1969, I'm Precinct Officer Parataza, and this is Isupk. Start off at 1 West 125th Street under Commando General Yohana. And since 1969, we've been teaching the Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. They are the chosen people of the Most High God. They are God's chosen people. Let's clap it up for the Lord.
That's right.
Let's give it up for the Lord. And this is Tuesday. So this is Tuesday Brotherhood class. Let's clap it up for the Brotherhood.
That's right.
Let's clap it up for the black, for black, you know what I'm saying, for the Brotherhood, because Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, we need brotherhood.
Right.
We need sisterhood. We need fatherhood. We need motherhood. You know, we need unclehood. We need all the hoods.
Right.
We need all the hoods. You know what I mean? We need all the hoods. But you know what I'm saying? We in this this kingdom, this wicked kingdom. And I'm going to pose today. I'm going to pose a couple of questions out there for my people that's, you know what I'm saying, that's all over. But specifically, let's talk about Yonkers. You know what I'm saying? Yonkers, New York. YO in the house.
Right.
YO in the house. But you have to understand, because this is the brotherhood class and the sisterhood, you know what I'm saying, synonymous with sisterhood. But Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, we go to church, we go to the Christian mosque, you know what I'm saying, to our North and South American brothers and sisters, they go to the Catholic Church. And have they ever taught you about these scriptures? Have they ever taught you who you are in the Bible, and how to be a brother to one another? Because we don't know. You know what I'm saying? We don't know, because we're following behind this oppressor. We following behind, you know what I'm saying, our slave master.
Right.
We following behind their philosophy. That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. We've been kicked in the head. You know what I'm saying? We've been stomped out. You know what I'm saying? We've been coke. We've been high. We've been drugged out. And we still falling behind this beast. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, you know what I'm saying? Based on the history of this country, when did we ever have time enough to heal? When did we have time enough to heal from the trauma that this oppressor gave us?
Right.
We normalized this stuff. That's how far we've been beat down, Adawan. We've been beat down so far, we done normalized being on drugs.
Right.
You know what they said about weed, right? Well, you know what I'm saying? When you're referring to the so-called African Americans, you know what we call weed? Oh, that's the black man's aspirin.
Mm.
That's the black man's Motrin. How did we normalize this? You know what I mean? And now, you know what I'm saying? Now, Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, this is how far and this is how traumatized that we follow behind this beast, by this oppressor. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Our former slave masters, which is still our slave master. Because, you know what I'm saying? Whatever our slave master says, that's what we're going to do.
Right.
Whatever, you know what I'm saying? Whatever our slave master said, Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, Blacks, Hispanics, Native American Indians, we are hard-headed. Right. We are God's chosen people. You know what I mean? All through the Bible. The Israelites. Yes, sir.
We fit the description.
And you are, that's the reason why you are a prophet of the Lord. Because we do fit the descriptions.
Right.
You know what I mean? We do fit the description. That's who we are. The most beautiful people on this earth. Right. The most beautiful, Black and Hispanics and Native American Indians, we are the most beautiful people on the earth. We are the chosen people. We are God's chosen people. We are the most beautiful people on the earth.
Right.
Everybody follows suit when they see us. When they see us. You try to say those so-called people that stole our identity. You know what I'm saying? That's, you know what I'm saying? Our former slave masters, who are our slave masters still, they set themselves up as God's chosen people.
Right.
You're going to believe them? Those are the people that say Jesus is white. You're going to believe them? It's not ironic that the so-called people that live in Israel now say, oh, no, they're God's chosen people. And the people that, you know what I'm saying, that Queen, you know what I'm saying, that Queen Elizabeth, you don't think it's ironic they look like the same people?
Right.
Queen Elizabeth, you know what I'm saying? She the church that she go to, Jesus is white.
Right.
That's what her own people taught her that. Come on, black suspenders and American Indians. Then we're gonna believe that. Then we're gonna follow behind our oppressor. We're gonna follow behind our oppressor, and the oppressor just got to step back, and slaves will fight for our oppressor.
Right.
Slaves. Oh, it's not about skin tone. You know, that's what slave says. That's what the slave said. After our slave master have been beating us, stomping us out, and forced Christianity on us, then we turn around and say to the priest and prophet of the Isupk, color don't matter.
Right.
Sure. That's ironic. But this is the brotherhood class.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Isupk, since 1969, we've been teaching the blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, they are God's chosen people. Since 69, we've been teaching blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians brotherhood, sisterhood, fatherhood, and motherhood, and all the types of hoods that you want to know. But if you look in our community, if you look in the blacks, Hispanics, and Native American community, you know what I'm saying? You know the joke, and the joke is real.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Only thing that you see, and they call it out. You see church, liquor store, chicken spot, church. All these churches. It's more churches in the small square footage or square yard in the black community. Is more churches.
Right.
If it's all these churches, why is all the killing and the drug dealing? Why is all that not showing each other no brotherhood? It's just living. Because these churches don't know anything. Because these churches have been set up by the slave master.
Right.
You think the slave master is going to teach you how to become free? Huh? Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians? You think the slave master is going to teach us how to be free? How to take power out of their hands? You think the slave master is going to do that? Huh? But all men are created equal. That's what he got in their Constitution. In the American Constitution, blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, it said all men is created equal. In 1776, when they got their independence from the British, it said all men is created equal, except for niggers and spicks and wetbacks, right, and redskins. So it had a context. You know what I'm saying? It had a context to what they mean about all men, because all men is not all men.
Right.
Now, when it's come to this Bible, all men is not all men. This Bible was only written to the 12 tribes of Israel, period. Who are today blacks, Hispanics, and Native American. And it's hard. Oh man, I just said some blasphemy. Right? Salakia, sir. You know what I'm saying? Before I go into my first scripture, matter of fact, I'm going to go into the first scripture. Then I'm going to bring something up. Let me get Ecclesiasticus, because I love opening up with this. Let me get Ecclesiasticus chapter 6, verse 13.
Come. Ecclesiasticus chapter 6, And verse 13.
Mm-hmm.
Separate thyself from thine enemies,
Go on.
and take heed of thy friends.
Start that from the top, please, Baba Shah.
Separate thyself
Blacks
from...
and Blacks and Spanish and Native American Indians, we need to do what?
Separate.
Blacks and Spanish and Native American Indians, we need to do what?
Separate.
Read on.
Thyself
Go on.
from thine enemies.
Wait, hold up. Blacks and Spanish and Native American Indians, we have what?
Enemy.
Oh, no. That got to be wrong. This is in the Bible. Blacks and Spanish and Native American Indians, we have what?
Enemy.
Go ahead.
And take heed.
And take what?
Heed.
So take heed means to pay close attention to. Serious attention to. Take heed. Read on.
Of thy friend.
Of who?
Thy friend.
Oh, wait, hold up. The people who separating themselves from their enemies, calling another people friend. Calling another people a friend. Separate thyself. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians need to separate thyself from thy enemy and take serious attention to a friend. Because the only friend, if you look around and based on the history of this country, the only friends, and I said this over and over time, the only friends that Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians have is Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians.
Right.
Those are the only friends we have. I know that you look at, you know what I'm saying? You go to work and you have Todd, bringing in some donuts, saying hi, so on and so forth. Hey, how you doing? You have Todd that's, you know what I'm saying? Oh, no, that's, you know what I'm saying? He's my friend because he's sleeping, because his wife is a so-called black woman.
Right.
Come on, man. That's his pet.
Right.
That's his goddamn pet. Oh, no, you know what I'm saying? Brian is sleeping with a Hispanic woman. No, that's his goddamn pet.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Karen is sleeping with, you know what I'm saying, Tyrone. That's her goddamn pet.
Right.
We sick. You know who was saying the same thing that we saying today? You know what I'm saying? Who else was trying to justify that, oh, these is good white folk. These are good oppressor. We were saying it back then in slavery.
Right.
We're saying that. Literally when the whip was on our backs. When the whip was on our backs. We never had time enough to separate ourselves from our enemy.
Right.
Oh, you don't got no enemy, huh? Huh, Pedro? Hernandez? Garcia? We ain't got no enemies. Huh, Washington? Washington, you don't got no enemies, right? You don't got no enemies, Washington. Jones? Tyrone Jones, you don't got no enemy, Tyrone Jones? What about Aaron Jackson? What about Aaron Jackson on the block? You don't got no enemies, huh? You know the names, you know what I'm saying? Those are slave master names.
Right.
And we still wearing our slave master's name, branded on our backs. Huh? Tyrone Jones, Pedro Cortez. Ooh wee, Pedro Cortez.
Yeah.
Oh, it gets no better than that. I know, you know what I'm saying? It was sisters that I know their last name was Cortez. Ephraimite sister. But you ain't have no enemies. But we still rocking the enemies. We still rocking the enemy's name. Blacks, Hispanics, Native American Indians. Because we never separate ourselves from thy enemies. And take heed and take serious close attention to a friend, because we don't know what a friend is.
Right.
We don't know. We don't know that at all. And I'm gonna say this again. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians are God's chosen people. We are the 12 tribes of Israel. We are God's chosen people. We are the 12 tribes of Israel. That's who we are. Scattered all over this world.
Right.
Scattered all over this world. And then there's people on this earth stolen our identity. You know how they stole our identity? Because they gave us another identity. That's why Tyrone on the block, his name is Tyrone Jones. Hold up. That's a British name.
Right.
I guess he related to the Queen of England. I guess Tyrone Jones, my man, you know what I'm saying? Tyrone Jones that robbed me 2 years ago. He's related to the Queen. We are lost. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. You know what I'm saying? We are traumatized, Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. We can't get this nasty gunk off our body because we have been raped, Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, we never separate ourselves from our enemy and take heed to a friend because we don't know the definition of a friend. We don't. Our enemy gave us the definition. Our enemy gave us this definition. That's what our enemy did. He gave us a definition because we are crushed. Because we are crushed. There's Slocky, sir. And let me get Proverbs, I think 11 and 14.
God.
Let me get Proverbs 11 and 14. I'm gonna go over there with you. Yeah. Proverbs 11 and 14. Because Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, we don't know what to do. We don't, you know what I'm saying? We look around in our neighborhood because we just living. You know what I'm saying? We just not living, we surviving.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, our brothers and sisters that's on the border, our brothers and sisters that's been scattered all over this country. Don't, you know, that's been scattered all over this country while the Ukraine people it's coming in this country and getting nothing but vouchers, money, places to stay. Afghanistan, who was at war with America? Who was at war with America? They get to come into our communities, and while you on a waiting list, while you struggling and kicking and try to get a damn apartment or a damn room or a goddamn a corner. We try to get a corner in our neighborhood. And we've been waiting 2 years for that corner with roaches and rats and piss. It's roaches and rats and piss in that corner. Understand that. Out of one, there's roaches and rats. You know what I'm saying? 3 people piss in that corner every day. And that's the corner that we try to pay money to so we can rent out that pissy corner. And they're like, no. You know what I'm saying? Americans like, no, this other nation going to get that corner. And we're going to build that corner up into like a 3-bedroom apartment.
Right.
They wasn't thinking about no 3-bedroom apartment with you. They was thinking about how much I could get. You know what I'm saying? The landlord was like, yo, how much I could get for this pissy corner? I got a few people waiting for that.
God.
But you know what I'm saying? By with these other nations come in.
Oui.
Yes, sir.
And it's heavy. Slocky. That's what you're bringing out is so important. And while they do that, they rent it out to other heathens. And that's where we get gentrification.
Slocky. And that's where we get gentrification from. All day long. Yeah, I live in Yonkers. I grew up on this place that called Vavine. Yonkers, New York, Vavine. 61. I'm on the block. Slocky, so I'm on the block.
Right.
I grew up in the 80s. 90s. I grew up in that time. And that block was devastated back then. Back then, sir. That was over 40 years ago. 40 years ago. Right. I'm talking about the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, the early 200s. I'm talking about doing it, and then like a bomb hit that place. It's so bad, sir, that people don't realize that on that block, it was a park. Wow. A park. Had bathrooms, had a basketball court, had little sprinkler systems. Right, little kids, you walk down into the park, and and they had like things that you could overlook the park, you know what I mean, and scenery.
Right.
You would never know because they let the elements, the grass and everything overgrown that. So you would never know there's a park back there because it's everything overgrown through all of that. You can see the park from a helicopter. You would never know a park is back there. But guess what? Guess what they're doing now? Since the 70s, the 80s. What is it? Let's say the year I grew up. So let's start 80s, 90s, 2000, 2020. That's over 40 years, sir. That's over 40 years. Now they're fixing the place up. But guess what? Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans is being kicked out.
Right.
And guess who's coming in? Guess who's coming in? Yup, exactly.
Right.
Homes is being built. All this stuff is being built.
Right.
They dropping buildings all over Yonkers.
Right.
Literally dropping buildings all over Yonkers. You know, Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. We can't live there. We can't live there at all. You know what I'm saying? The Afghanis came in there.
Right.
They dropped them off in Yonkers. Boatloads. Airplanes loads. They got vouchers. Well, you know what I'm saying? Over right on Main Street with our Isupk brothers, our Mexican brothers.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Our Judite brothers right there on Main Street. What? Nah, man. It's over.
Right.
It's over. Because we are God's chosen people. Because we are, you know what I'm saying? We are hard-headed and stiff-necked.
Right.
Because we did not separate ourselves from thy enemies and take heed to another brother, to a, you know what I'm saying, to Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians.
Right.
We looking to other nations. We've been beat down so much, you know what I'm saying? We learn helplessness. We learn helplessness. We didn't separate, we didn't get a safe place or anything like that from this beast. From this beast. You know what I'm saying? We didn't get no counseling from a rapist. We didn't get no counseling, you know what I'm saying, from the trauma. We didn't get nothing. They was like, tough it out. You know what I'm saying? They was like, buck up. You know what I'm saying? Pull yourself up by your bootstraps. But we say, sir, my apologies, and if I may, sir, but somebody stole my boots and my straps. And you know what that beast said? Pull yourself up by your bootstraps.
Right.
This is what, you know what I'm saying? This is what our oppressor is. And we have no therapy to get over this trauma. And we can't take heed to a friend because we don't know what a friend is.
Right.
So let me get that Proverbs chapter 11, verse 14, Baba Shaw.
Khan, Proverbs chapter 11,
14, Salaki, sir.
verse 14. Where no counsel is, the people fall.
Go on.
But in a multitude of counselors, there is safety.
All right. So can you read that from the top?
Khan, where no counsel is.
Wait, hold up. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. You know what I'm saying? And specifically, I'm talking to Yonkers out there, but I'm talking to my brothers and sisters all over. Now, what it says, where there is no counsel is, where is our counsel at? Where is our counsel after you know what I'm saying? After the rape? Where's the counsel after, you know what I'm saying, the murder? Where's the counsel after the stealing? Where's the counsel after, you know what I'm saying, the abusing? What was the counsel at? What was the counsel at? The only counsel that we heard was say, pull yourself up by your bootstraps.
Right.
You're lazy. Yes, sir.
Forget about the past.
Forget about the past. No, we need to forget about the past.
Right.
Excuse me, sir. And if I may, sir, but the Jewish man never said forget about the past.
Right.
Hey, shut your damn mouth. We ain't talking about them. Because, you know what I'm saying? How dare blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians talk about our trauma? How dare you?
Right.
How dare you? So when it says right here in Proverbs 11 and 14, it says, where's no counsel is, because we don't have no counsel. Our counsel, you know what I'm saying? We get counsel from another trauma brother. From, you know what I'm saying? From another trauma sister. That's where we get our counsel. We get you know what I'm saying? We get our counsel by, you know what I'm saying, by a brother who's strung out on drugs. We get a counsel from a sister that was raped. We get a counsel from a brother that was molested. That's where we get our counsel from. That's where we get our counsel from.
Right.
A brother that just got molested, where he's going to, huh? Where he gonna go to? You know, guess where he gonna go to? He gonna run into another brother that got molested.
Right.
And once you run into that other brother that got molested, guess what they're gonna do? We got something in common. And guess what they're gonna do? They're gonna have homosexuality.
God.
That's what's gonna happen.
Right.
Two brothers that was traumatized, and they say, we have this in common. We have this in common. And they think this is going to be love.
Right.
That's where they found this is love. And it's two traumatized men sleeping each other in bed. They traumatized. They think they can help each other to get over the trauma. No, they can't, because they already putting their traumatized in action.
Right.
Sisters, brothers, because nobody talk about the brother, you know, the molestation from the brothers.
Right.
And you know what I'm saying? That's not, you know what I'm saying, throwing away from the sister, but I'm talking about our community, because we don't talk about this. Over-sexualizing our community. Why do an 8-year-old know about sex?
Right.
Yonkers, talk to me, Yonkers. Talk to me, Yonkers. Ravine, Woodworth, Warburton, Lamartine, Cottage, Glenwood, Seven Ponds. Talk to me. Talk to me.
Right.
I was there. I know what's going on. Over-sexualizing. Over-sexualizing. A lot of abuse. We don't talk about that.
Right.
This is how bad that we have it in the blacks, Hispanics, and Native American community. It's okay for an 18-year-old woman to have sexual relations with a 13-year-old boy. We say it's okay. That's molestation.
Right.
That's molestation. With even R. Kelly said that. He said women in his church was molesting him. But we look, you know what I'm saying? We look the other way.
Right.
He traumatized, and look what happened. Look at the actions. Look what happened. And we normalized this.
Right.
Can you read that from the top, sir?
God. Where no counsel is.
There's no counsel. There's no counsel for us. There's no counsel at all. No counsel in our neighborhood. No, it was no counsel that is a young sister ran to and said, this person touched me.
Right.
This person robbed from me.
Right.
And it was like, buck up. Oh, you're lying. I can't do nothing about that because I was molested and robbed.
Right.
I don't know how to deal with that. I don't know how to deal with that at all. No, don't bring it up. Out of sight, out of mind. Don't bring that up. Don't make me reflect on my trauma. Don't let me do that. I can't deal with it.
Right.
Blacks, Hispanics, and the American Indians. It's about that time for us to start dealing with that. Since 1969, Isupk said, there's no reason for you to be dealing with your trauma by yourself anymore. We are the counselors that's coming into the community. Read on, sir.
That's right. But in a multitude of counselors.
Wait. Say that again.
But in a multitude of counselors.
So where there is So where no counsel is, so we don't have no counsel. But read on.
Salakia. Where no counsel is, the people fall.
The what?
The people fall.
Blacks and Hispanics and Native American Indians. If we don't have no counsel by the molestation, what happens?
The people fall.
Wait, hold up. Blacks, where's no counsel, and with all the molestation, all the traumatizing, all the stealing, all the killing, all, you know what I'm saying? All this gunk that we learned from our slave master, what happened to us?
The people fall.
Oh man. The people fall. And what happened to Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians? We fell.
Right.
We fell into this condition. We fell so hard that we normalized it.
Right.
We normalized this trauma. I was born this way.
Right.
I was born this way. How's somebody gonna say that? I got it. You know what I'm saying? There's young brothers and sisters, 8 years old, 10 years old. Let's say 10 years old, because I'm giving the benefit of the doubt, taking care of their 8-year-old sister, taking care of their 7-year-old sister. They're in the streets hustling. They're in the street hustling. Because you guess what? Their mother and father struck out on drugs and running the streets. They're going out there. Guess where the 10-year-old brother's going? He's going to his man's room because he's in the neighborhood. It's nothing but 10-year-olds, you know what I'm saying? And their parents is on drugs.
Right.
And that's where he's learning. I got to take care of my sister. I'm 10-year-old. I can't get a job. What a job? Then, you know what I'm saying? Then the brother that's 13 years old, yo, sell this right here, man.
Right.
Sell this right here. Sell this right here. And we normalize, and the stuff that he's selling, the stuff that the 10-year-old is selling is the drugs.
Right.
And he's going to sell, and we going to sell the drugs. We're going to get the drugs from the 13-year-old, because the 13-year-old, I can't let my boy go out like that.
Right.
I can't let my boy go out like that. You know what I'm saying? He's young or whatever. I got to put him on to the game. So I'm going to give him some work. Because this is what happened, because we don't have no counseling, sir. We don't have no counseling. You know what I'm saying? We normalize this behavior and we falling. Go ahead, sir.
And that action, you understand, when a brother puts on another brother, he's actually thinking that he's showing that brother love by putting them on. Most High in Christ. Let's give it up for that. And that's exactly what I'm giving. That's exactly what I'm getting to. We call that take heed to a friend. Right. That's our friend. You understand that, right? Right. So he's giving because I'm doing a scenario, and this is a real scenario, right. Warburton. Right. This is a real scenario, Yonkers. So the 13-year-old gave the 10-year-old some work because he got to take care of his 7-year-old younger brother. That's what he got to do. So now he's in the streets. And he's selling those drugs to grown women. Mm-hmm. He's selling drugs to grown women. You understand that? They got 10 years on them. Right. They 20 years old, 25 years old, 30 years old. He's selling drugs to them. But guess what happens? Guess what happens, sir? She don't have no money. Do you hear me out there, Yonkers? Do you hear me out there, Israel? The sisters don't have no money, and the 10-year-old got that work that she's looking for. What you think going to happen? What you think she's going to say to him? Right. What you think the 13-year-old done raised him up? What they say? Something strange for a piece of change? So this 25-year-old going to have sexual relations with this 10-year-old over some drugs. Right. Tell me if I'm lying. Tell me if I'm lying. That's trauma. Right. That's trauma. Right.
We can't talk about this. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. Right. Our oppressors say that we can't talk about this. That's what's going on in our community. What's going on in our community? If anybody out there on YouTube in Connecticut, because we're streaming out of Connecticut too, tell me if I'm lying. That's the reason why this is the Isupk. Go to isupk.com.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Scroll down and look for the number that's close to you so you could get, so you don't fall.
Right.
So we don't fall. That 10-year-old is taking care of his younger siblings.
Right.
And he's out there selling work. And he's getting molested by 25-year-olds, and he think that's cool because that's what he see every time he come outside.
Right.
Tell me if I'm lying. Now he's growing up. So can you read that from the top, sir?
God. Proverbs chapter 11, verse 14. Where no counsel is.
Where no counsel is, because Blacks, Hispanics, Native American Indians, we don't have no counsels because we following behind this oppressor. Go on.
The people fall.
We are falling. We are falling because we don't want to come back to the Lord's statutes and commandments. We think we could do it all by ourselves. We think we could walk around with all this trauma and sweep it underneath the rug. And now that rug now is a goddamn mountain.
Right.
Now all that dirt, all that gunk, all that stuff that's underneath the rug, how dare, no, I don't want to bring it up. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. That's the trauma. And what happened to the people?
The people fall.
Wait. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, what happened to us?
The people fall.
Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, what happened to us?
The people fall.
If we don't have no counsel, what will happen to the Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians if they don't follow the Lord's statute commandments? If they want to follow behind our oppressor, the rapist, what happened to us?
The people fall.
And we fell. And we fell, Israel. And we fell. That's what happened. And we fell. And you can look out outside, because there's no hell underneath no ground.
Right.
There's no hell underneath ground. You know what I'm saying? What you call that sister that don't have nowhere to go, have been traumatized, is she's in hell?
Right.
And what you call the billionaires that's doing backflips, literally doing backflips above earth? What you call that? Thing?
Right.
That sister's in hell. And that Edomite doing backflips above this earth is in heaven. So if we don't have no counsel, Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, we will all fall. We will all fail. Read on, sir.
Wait,
say that again.
But
go on. But
in a multitude of counselors.
But in a multitude. So this is the Isupk. Start off from 1 West 125th Street under Commander General Yohana.
That's right.
And since 1969, we've been counseling.
Right.
Go on.
But in a multitude of counselors.
In the school of Isupk, the multitude of counseling. Go on.
There is safety.
There's what?
Safety.
Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, we need what?
Safety.
That sister have been molested. She needs what?
Safety.
You know what I'm saying? That brother have been molested. He needs what?
Safety.
You know what I'm saying? That mother have been molested. She needs what?
Safety.
That father have been molested. He needs what?
Safety.
He needs safety. And the multitude of counselors. That's what we learn. That's what brotherhood is. That's what sisterhood is, and motherhood and fatherhood.
Right.
We don't have no counselors.
Right.
We are the counselor. We are the priest and prophet of the Lord in the Isupk.
Yeah.
And we teaching our brothers and sisters, they are God's chosen people. And you don't have to do this stuff by yourself.
Right.
At all anymore. We don't have to. We don't have to walk around with this trauma anymore.
Right.
Why? Because our oppressors say so? We ain't get no counseling out of slavery. or the rape, or the murder, or the stealing, or the lying, or the branding, or the trauma. And they just say, pick yourself up by your bootstraps. And you told them, excuse me, master, someone done stole my straps in my goddamn boots. And the master says, so what? Pick yourself up anyway.
Right.
And we have to go through this. And when we did try to pick ourselves up, that damn same old master came to us and stole our bootstraps again.
Right.
Because they are filthy bastards.
That's right.
When we try to get over the trauma, sir,
Right.
we try to get over the trauma. We are trying. Of course, shiftless. We was trying to get over the goddamn trauma. Now look at us now. Look at our brothers and sisters on the reservation. Look at us.
Right.
Look at us. The highest, you know what I'm saying? The highest ethnic group in the United States, kidnapped.
Gone.
Missing. Sisters. How the hell you missing?
Right.
From the reservation.
Right.
How is that possible? And ain't nobody thinking about us. No one. No one. No one is thinking about us.
Right.
Except for, you know what I'm saying, the priest and prophet of the Isupk.
That's
We
right.
talk about it all the time. The trauma that's going on in the reservation, our Gadite brothers, our Rubai brothers and sisters. You see, the sisters is, you know what I'm saying, our Rubai is fighting. They fighting for that, and they bringing that, you know what I'm saying, they're bringing that stuff to the light. But guess what? Where's the brothers at?
Right.
The brothers have been murdered. The brothers is you know what I'm saying? The brothers is in a trauma stage. The brothers fighting depression. The brothers is goddamn about to blow their goddamn head off in the next 5 minutes. I can't go to sleep. I got all this stuff on my mind.
Right.
I don't know what to do. I don't have nothing to do. A couple of days ago, outside of school, a brother just collapsed in the middle of the street, sir.
Right.
Had a mental breakdown in the middle of the goddamn street in New York City, right outside the school. Right there on 3rd, sir. Right there on 3rd, literally. Literally. Right there on 3rd. Had a goddamn mental breakdown. And you know what he was yelling out? I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. That brother's in trauma. He don't know what to do. And he decided, I don't care if I get hit by a goddamn truck. He done stopped traffic, literally. He just broke down and collapsed right there and crying hysterically because he don't know what to do. He don't know what to do. He's so traumatized. You know what I'm saying? And he don't know what, you know what I'm saying? And we have grew up because we don't have no counsel. Brothers and sisters. We didn't separate, you know what I'm saying, spiritually. I ain't talking about physical, I'm talking about spiritually. We didn't separate ourselves from our enemy. Because if that brother knew, he would have came to the school right here. That was about like 10 steps. This is in Harlem. So he know us in Harlem. But we got so much goddamn pride. And we've been traumatized some more. And when we in that trauma stage, we can't even think straight. We can't even think straight. And you know what our brothers and sisters think? This, you know what I'm saying? Think that if we follow, you know what I'm saying, this Bible, you know what I'm saying? And they don't realize that this Bible can help Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. Because this Bible is for Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. They think, you know what I'm saying? And this is what the Christian church, and this is how, oh man, the Christian, the Catholic church, the Muslim mosque, all that guilt, you know what I'm saying? All that filthiness, they think is magical.
Right.
To clean themselves up. We think it's magical, sir. No. This is what that slave master say. Hey, don't worry about that. Yes, you grew up as a slave. Yes, all your kids are slave. But when you die, you're gonna have the pie in the sky. This Bible is written to everybody. You see how diabolical this is? Now we seeing the trauma, the results of what happened during slavery. Because you know what I'm saying? You see this, everything that was happening now, it happened back then.
Right.
It happened back then. That's the reason why I'm reading the scriptures. Say, separate ourselves from our enemy, because we didn't want to separate ourselves.
Come on.
And take heed and take serious attention to a friend. Because we didn't know what a friend was. We have to relearn what a friend was.
Right.
And it says in Proverbs, where is no counsel is, the people fall, the people fell.
Right.
But when, you know what I'm saying? But let me see, but the multitude of counselors, there is safety. There's safety.
Come on.
There's safety in counseling. Because that's what our people need. Everybody needs it. Everybody. I ain't getting no, you know what I'm saying? I don't know anything. I'm thinking this stuff is normal. I'm like about what? I'm 13. I'm 12. We 13, we 12. We in the, you know what I'm saying? We in a pizza store playing video games. And you got 20-year-olds picking us up and robbing us. Right in front of everybody. But that's supposed to be a rite of passage. Hey, man, everybody get robbed on the block. Take your L and keep it moving. No, we can't do that. Because that person, because guess why? Because that's the same thing that happened to that person.
Right.
We ain't have no counsel. So we normalize this behavior, you know what I'm saying, in our neighborhood. Why did we did? Because we learning from our oppressor. We learning from this snow roach.
That's right.
That's what we doing. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, we are God's chosen people.
That's right.
Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, we are God's chosen people. Niggers, spicks, wetbacks, you know what I'm saying, and redskins, savages. We are God's chosen people. There's nobody else. Can anybody cancel me now? do things that we do, stack chips like Hebrew. Can I get canceled? Huh? The real Jews is black.
That's
Anybody
right.
out there? Anybody out there? Anybody? Is this thing on? The real Jews is black. 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 The real Jews is Hispanics. The real Jews is Hispanic. The real Jews is Native American Indians. The real Jews are Native American Indians. There's anybody out there listening to me? Huh? Kanye West. Yo, we've been saying this since 69.
Right.
Nick Cannon. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians is the real Jews, period.
Right.
Huh? Oh, you want me to say that again, Nick Cannon? Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians are, you know what I'm saying, are the real people of the Bible.
That's right.
Nick Cannon, I'm going to say it again. Nick Cannon. Kanye West. Get yourself in all black. Come back to the Lord's statutes and commandments. Come back to your heritage. Your name is Nick Cannon. Come on, that's a British name. Get in all black, and we will get your manhood back. We get your dignity back.
Right.
There's no more sellout. Yo, you already got the bag. You already got the bag. Yes, sir.
And when he do that and become a priest, he could boldly say that the white man is the devil that the Bible speaks
Give
of.
it up for that.
without getting canceled.
Without getting canceled. without getting canceled.
Right.
Boldly, 10 toes down, like a lion.
Damn right.
Nick Cannon, getting in all black.
Right.
Go, you know what I'm saying? Go, and I'm speaking to my, you know what I'm saying, my celebrity brothers and sisters. And let's say, hey, you feeling a little skittish. Okay, I ain't knocking that. You feel a little skittish. I understand that. I understand that. You could still pay your goddamn tithes.
Right.
Go to isupk.com, scroll down and look at tithes and pay your tithes.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Do you know what I'm saying? Do your due diligence. Do your part. You don't got to be scared no more walking around with women, you know what I'm saying, shower caps on or anything like that.
Right.
You don't got to do that anymore. You can get your manhood back. And that's what we do in the ISUPK. We get our brothers and sisters, you know what I'm saying? We get our brothers their manhood back, their integrity back, their honor back. They become a new person.
That's right.
What we do to our sisters, we get their integrity back.
Right.
Their femininity back.
Right.
Their delicacy back.
Right.
That's what we do in the ISUPK. That's what we, you know what I'm saying? That's what we do in the ISUPK. And once again, Jewish people is black.
Right.
When did, you know what I'm saying? When did they fit these scriptures? This is in Proverbs. This is our brothers. This is our, you know what I'm saying? This is our ancestors in Proverbs saying this. Now look around, blacks, Hispanics, Native American Indians. Look around, Nick Cannon. Look around, kids. Look around. Look around our neighborhood. Be bold.
That's right.
And stand up for ourselves. Salakis, and if I may, we just had a Day of Atonement.
That's right.
Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. We just had a Day of Atonement. That was a whole holiday.
Right.
That's our own holiday.
God.
That's our holiday. Day of Atonement, and I'm going to go in, but I want to pull this scripture first. I want to pull Slackus, sir. Was it Jeremiah 10:2?
God.
So blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. This is our heritage. We are God's chosen people, period.
That's right.
We need to start changing. And I know that it's hard because we don't know how to change, because we've been traumatized by this beast. We've been traumatized by our environment and the way that we grew up, and we don't know how to deal with issues. We don't know how, because we fell away from the Most High God. We're being punished. We have, you know what I'm saying? We are God's chosen people, and you see these signs. You see these signs on us. There's no signs on nobody else.
Right.
But blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. And it's not by mistake. You know what I'm saying? And the people who suffer together is blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. It's not by mistake. It's not by mistake. This is the Most High God. And this is what we have to do. This is the stuff that we have to do. But we just finished having the Day of Atonement. We just finished having the Day of Atonement. And if you have that scripture, can you read that scripture, Bob?
God. Jeremiah chapter 10, verse 2. Thus saith the Most High, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven. For the heaven are the slakia, for the heathen are dismayed at them.
Read that from the top, Bob.
God. Thus saith the Most High, learn not the way of the heathen.
For blacks and Hispanics and Native American Indians, we need to do what?
Learn not the way of the heathen.
Blacks and Hispanics and Native American Indians, who are the 12 tribes of Israel, who are God's chosen people, we need to do what?
Learn not the way of the heathen.
Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians are the true Jews. We need to do what?
Learn not the way of the heathen.
We need to learn not the way of the heathen.
Right.
And look at us. we doing nothing but heathen ways. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. We learning, you know what I'm saying? We learning all the heathen ways.
Right.
We want to learn all the filthiness. We don't, you know what I'm saying? We want to do all the gunk and all, you know what I'm saying? All the nastiness, because we never separate ourselves from thy enemy and take heed to a friend. Oh, no, we never did that. We never went to council. You know what I'm saying? We never went to council. We went on the fall. You know what I'm saying? We walking around traumatized.
Right.
We walking around derogated and stomped to pieces and starting to powder. But we normalize this stuff. We normalize this. And we learn it, and that is the way of the heathen. We learn in their ways. We just had a Day of Atonement. That's what God's chosen people.
That's right.
A Day of Atonement. The Day of Atonement is atoning for showing the Most High God that you ain't a punk. Showing the Most High God that, you know what I'm saying, that you could tough this out.
Right.
The way Yahushua, Jesus, people know. The way that he toughed it out. Atoning. Looking for forgiveness. You know what I'm saying? Doing things that, you know what I'm saying, that we want to do, but we don't do it.
Right.
Being strong in this truth. Being strong. Atoning to a brother that I did wrong to.
Right.
Atoning and talking to a brother to say that he did wrong to me. Now, if I may, sir. Now, you know what I'm saying? Now, imagine that. But this is what we're talking about in Isupk towards Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. If you follow the Most High God, all the stuff that we have done, we have to atone for that. Now we're being forced, because we got to be forced, because we ain't going to do it by ourselves. How dare you? We follow the Most High God.
Right.
Because nobody set up rules for themselves. Because guess what? They could break them rules. Yo, I don't like that rule. I'm going to dead it.
Right.
Nobody don't got no honor. You know what I'm saying? We try to learn it because we learning this stuff from this snow roach, from this oppressor, the so-called white man.
Right.
We learning this behavior from them. They don't got no soul. We can't look at them. We got to look at, you know what I'm saying? We got to look at ourselves and the Most High God and come back to the Lord's statutes and commandments.
Right.
We have to atone for the dirt that we did. That sister had to atone for the molestation that she did to the 10-year-old. The 10-year-old had to atone for the sins that he did to that 25-year-old.
Right.
That 13-year-old had to atone for the sin that he did to the 10-year-old. Have any of our brothers and sisters? Any of our brothers and sisters. Now imagine that was going around in our neighborhood, Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. It was God's law. Right. For us. I'm sorry, man. Yo, Pedro, I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry that you know what I'm saying, that I did that disgusting deed. That disgusting deed that you know what I'm saying, that I hurt my brother. Right. I hurt my brother. I apologize. You know what I'm saying? My apologies. Anything I do, try to make it up to you, brother. Because I want to have our beef stop here. I don't want this thing to spill off. Right. No place else. Yonkers, I don't want this stuff to spill off on the number 4 bus over there by Ludlow. Brother Good getting up on the bus and just shooting random on the bus, sir. Right. In Yonkers a couple days ago. We just finished having a Day of Atonement. Now imagine that brother, that he understand who he was. Right. That he understand, you know what I'm saying, about the atonement-ship. Atonement, you know what I'm saying? Atonement what? About a week ago. The atonement was like about a week ago. That brother would have atoned for, you know what I'm saying? Not for, he would atone for the things that will happen in the future.
Right.
Now, if that brother saw a brother that he had beef with in the past, and he saw him on that bus, most likely he would never shoot it. He never would. It would never be no gunshots on that bus.
Right.
At all. Because the brother didn't have no counsel. The brother didn't have no counsel. We don't have no counsel. The Day of Atonement, we have to atone, Israel. We have to atone for all the dirt that we've been doing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And the thing is that because we following behind other people's philosophy, and we learning the way of the heathen.
Right.
We learning their ways.
Right.
Let them shoot at each other.
Damn right.
Let them shoot at each other. And Salaki, so if I may, the real Jews are black.
That's right.
I just want to shut that out.
Damn right.
Shout out to Kanye West. Shout out to Nick Cannon. And shout out to Kiss. The real Jews is back. And I can stack chips like Hebrew. Oh, did I say that? Oh. This is a Judite. I'm priest and officer Paratazar out of Yonkers, New York. Part of the Isupk. Teaching my brothers and sisters, the blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. That's in Yonkers. They are God's chosen people.
That's right.
God's chosen people. I'm Paratazar Ban Yahawada Ban Yasha Allah. That's who I am. That's who I am. Oh, by the way, and I'm black.
Damn right.
We don't have to go through this no more. We learning the way of the heathen. That's why that's the reason why you know what I'm saying? We don't know what to do. We didn't get the counsel, sir.
Right.
We didn't get the counsel. But guess what? But when the counsel is there, Nick Cannon could be safe.
That's right.
Kiss could be safe. He don't got to cut his words. Bowed out, 10 toes down.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? 10 toes down. Kanye West, you're a little lost, but come into the Isupk and get this counsel so you can be safe.
Right.
Won't be goofy. Get yourself in all black and come into and put that pride to the side. Put that pride to the side, huh? Show brotherhood, you know what I'm saying? Show brotherhood. And understand this, that we need to be taught again.
Right.
We need to be taught again. Could you read that from the top, Baba Shaw?
God, Jeremiah chapter 10, verse 2. Thus saith the Most High, learn not the way of the heathen.
So we ain't supposed to be learning the ways of the heathen, but we got Halloween about to come up.
Right.
So I'm gonna give you, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get a shout out to YouTube right now, to the brothers and sisters who's out there in YO. Yo, guess what? Don't celebrate Halloween.
Right.
That's the heathen. That's the heathen. You celebrate Halloween, but we just finished having the Day of Atonement. Atonement is saying, I'm sorry that I did that to you.
Right.
I apologize, and that would not happen again because I believe in the Most High God. I'm God's chosen people, and I fear the Lord, and I'm going to follow his Lord's statute commandments, and I'm not going to shoot my gun and, you know what I'm saying, on the bus around public people.
Right.
Around people. I'm not going to do that. That's not learning the ways of the heathens.
God.
Let me see if we don't celebrate Halloween. That's ironic. And I know how it go down in Halloween. There's no brotherhood in Halloween.
Nah.
Halloween, if you ain't from the block, you will be jumped.
Right.
Random people throwing bricks at people's cars. Running up on people and hitting people, you know what I'm saying, with anything, kicking people off of bikes, you know what I'm saying, mischief, all this, you know what I'm saying, murder.
Right.
Murdering our own brothers and sisters.
Right.
Raping our own brothers and sisters. Huh? Being a bunch of perverted bastards on this Halloween thing. I'm going to let you know. Why won't you just celebrate a Day of Atonement and don't be a filthy, selfish bastard?
That's right.
Huh? Oh, Oh, because our slave master said that we could be a bunch of filthy bastards and selfish. Oh. So you rather follow behind the rapist instead of following the Most High God, huh?
Right.
Come on, blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. We are God's chosen. We don't have to take heed to this filthy, you know what I'm saying, to this perverted. You know what I'm saying? Let the slave master 10-year-old daughter become a whore.
Right.
Let them become a whore. While our daughter is a princess.
Right.
While our daughter is being protected. Hey, you know what I'm saying? Let the 10-year-old nation sons become a sodomite.
God.
While we over here being strong men and protecting, you know what I'm saying, protecting our sisters, our mothers, our grandmothers. That's the brotherhood.
Right.
That's the friend. That's our neighbor.
Right.
How dare us blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians celebrate other people, you know what I'm saying, other people vain holidays. How dare us? But meanwhile, Day of Atonement is saying, yo, go out there and piece it up with your brother. Don't have anything lingering around.
Right.
Lingering around. It won't be no gunshots. Nobody won't get shot in the leg, Yonkers. It won't be no beef. It won't be no beef. I'm still wondering how Warburton can have beef with people who's on Lamartine. Sir, that's like 2 blocks away on the same strip. Literally on the same strip, sir. That's on the same strip. Yo, for you to go anywhere, you gotta go past another person's block. It don't make any sense.
Right.
Because you know why it don't make no sense? Because we are God's chosen people.
That's
we are
right.
stiff-necked. We are stiff-necked, sir. Stiff-necked. But it don't have to be like that anymore. Can you read that from the top, Baba Sharp?
God. Verse 2, Jeremiah chapter 10, verse 2. Thus saith the Most High, learn not the way of the heathen.
So learn not the way of the heathen. That's the reason why we're supposed to separate ourselves from thy enemy and grab thy army, take heed to a friend. Read on.
And be not dismayed at the signs of heaven.
So don't be dismayed. Don't be looking up at the skies and say, oh, look at them stars. You know what I'm saying? Oh, this and that. No, man, we got stuff. You know what I'm saying? Don't be dismayed. Don't look at the sky. Look at your brother and say, I'm sorry.
Right.
Look at your sister and say, I'm sorry. Look at your mother that you've been lying to and say, yo, you know what, Ma, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to hurt your heart no more. Look at your father and say, Pops, I know you have not been there and I grew up without you, but I forgive you, Father.
That's right.
I forgive you. We ain't got time enough. You know what I'm saying? We don't be dismayed. Let the other nation be dismayed of that.
Right.
Our holiday, the Day of Atonement, is that day for you to say, you know what? Let me clean all this stuff up. We don't, sir.
For the heathen.
For the what?
Heathen.
The other nations are what?
Heathen.
You know what I'm saying? The other nations are what?
Heathen.
Read on, sir.
Are dismayed at them.
The heathens love that. What's your zodiac sign? Ain't no blacks and Spaniards and American Indians talking about no zodiac sign. Right. We learned this from the heathen.
Right.
We're still worried about getting away from the slave master, sir.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's what we're doing. And if we being dismayed at the signs of heaven, those, you know what I'm saying, those lines were showing us how we could get to certain parts so we won't get beat no more.
Right.
Because that was the map. That's how you map things out.
That's right.
So we wasn't breathing to that. That was a map. So we could separate ourselves from our enemy.
Right.
That's what we was doing. And so we could run to a friend.
Right.
But this is what happened when we don't have we have no counsel. Let me get and Salaki, sir. Give me Ecclesiasticus chapter 30, verse 21. 30 and 21. Because in Yonkers, there's a lot of There's a lot of traumatized. There's a dark cloud. There's a very dark cloud over Yonkers. You know what I'm saying? Because we don't have no counseling. You know what I'm saying? We've been traumatized. You know what I mean? There's nobody, you know what I'm saying? There's nobody, you know what I'm saying? We need people out there. And we are out there. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. Isupk is out there. Go to isupk.com. Call the number close to you. Call the number that's close to you and call that number. Because we need counseling.
Right.
So we don't go out and start shooting, you know what I'm saying? Start shooting on the bus.
Right.
So we can iron out those differences. I know you don't know how to do it. So that's the reason why you have to get counsel on that.
That's right.
And if you can't do that, I will do that. Yeah, Priest and Officer Paratas out of Yonkers, New York. I will help you with that. I will help you with that. There's no more us doing it by ourselves anymore. There's no more. You know what I'm saying? There's no more us doing this scripture right here, because every night, this is what we do every night.
Right.
This is what we do every night. Can you read that, Baba Shaw?
God. Ecclesiasticus chapter 30, verse 21. Give not over thy mind to heaviness.
Go on.
And afflict not thyself and thine own counsel.
Read that from the top.
Give not over thy mind to heaviness.
Give it over thy mind to heaviness. That's what we do. We can't go to sleep at night. We too busy thinking about, oh man, I don't know what to do. You know what I'm saying? The bills got to be paid. You know what I'm saying? My daughter's crying. I don't got no money in my pocket. I got to feed my kids. Oh man, what I'm going to do? I got all this stuff going on my mind. My rent is due. I can't go down the block because somebody want to shoot me. I can't go down, you know what I'm saying? I can't go down this block because every time I see the dude who raped me. This is the heaviness that we have on our minds. And we go to bed with this. We go to bed with this.
Right.
And this is what I'm talking about in the Isupk. We don't have to do this stuff by ourselves. Not anymore. Not anymore. Read that from the top, Baba Shaw.
God, give not over thy mind to heaviness.
So we ain't even supposed to give our mind over to the heaviness. The heaviness is all the trauma. Just remember what I said. The weed is the black man's aspirin.
Right.
The white man says weed is legal now. This is what he said. That's a drug. That's a drug. And you got brothers and sisters that get high all day.
Right.
I'm going to put it out there, brothers and sisters in Yonkers, New York, and all over. Just try stopping smoking weed for 24 hours.
Right.
On that, because we just finished having the Day of Atonement, sir.
God.
You know what I'm saying? The Day of Atonement is seeing how strong you are to not do the things that your flesh wants you to do.
Right.
How strong are you? Weed smokers? Cigarette smokers? How strong are we to do so? Huh? This is what we do, 24 hours. That's what I'm asking. When would you try it? Try it for 24 hours, not getting high, not smoking, not drinking. You can still eat. You can still drink some water. You can get your juice on. Get a smoothie. I'm not stopping that. You understand? I'm just saying, stop smoking the weed.
Right.
24 hours, that's it. That's what I'm asking. Stop smoking cigarettes. 24 hours, that's what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Don't knock that, you know what I'm saying? Don't make our sisters out of whores. Don't do that. Just chill. That's it. Just chill. Don't even make love to your wife. Let's see what happens. See what happens. Let's see how strong you are. You know what I mean? Let's just see how strong you are. That's all that I'm trying to say, because this is the brotherhood, this is the sisterhood. You know what I'm saying? The fatherhood, this is the brotherhood class.
Right.
Can we be able to do this together when we separate ourselves from our enemies and take heed to a friend? Because that's showing you that you spiritually, you can separate yourself from this society.
Right.
We can, and take heed to to a Hispanic brother, to a black brother. Go down the block, and talk to the brother. No beef. No beef. Where did this beef come from?
Right.
Huh? You know what I'm saying? You got the Bloods and Crips. Bloods and Crips. Where did the beef come from, Bloods and Crips? And if the beef came from even, you know what I'm saying, came from whatever, if you have the Day of Atonement, it won't be no more killing. Understand what I'm saying, sir? There's no more killing. That beef have resolved itself. If we come back to the law, statutes, and commandments, it will resolve right there. Because we follow the law, statute, commandments, and we follow the Most High God.
Right.
And we've been commanded to say to our brother, "I'm sorry."
Right.
Yes, sir. You was going to say something, sir.
That's very important what you was bringing out about the Bloods and the Crips. You understand? And learning the way of the heathen. Because before Black, Hispanic, and Native North American Indians was banging each other over colors, you understand, there was the blue coats and the red coats. You understand? And there was the Democrats and the Republicans, the red and the blues. Slovakia.
And that, you know what? And because you are a priest and prophet, because that's true. Because we learning the ways of the heathens. We never separate ourselves from thy enemies. We never got counsel. And we end up falling. You know we fell into? Bloods and Crips.
Right.
You know we fell into? Oh, he wear this color and I wear this color. You know we fell into? I'm going to rob that dude.
Right.
I'm going to rob that dude because he got ice on. Trinkets. What trinkets? But they're going to celebrate Halloween, but this was a Day of Atonement, so you don't have to rob nobody.
Right.
We don't have to rob anybody anymore. No more. No more. We don't have to do this. No more selling drugs. Let our slave master be strung out on drugs.
Right.
Let our slave master daughter be strung out on drugs.
Right.
Let these other nations be a bunch of drug addicts. While we separate ourselves and take heed to a friend and get righteous counsel and not following behind, you know what I'm saying, our heathen culture and be a righteous people.
Right.
Why we can't do that, Blacks, Hispanics, Native American Indians? We get to the point, we 10 toes down. 10 toes down in our heritage. Just because you make money, you scared? You scared for a couple of dollars? If you spit a truth, a smidget of the truth, sir, a little smidget of the truth, by you saying Black people, the Jews are Black, is that the issue? I know not for us. Come on. I challenge anybody out there. Come on. Just because you got a little money in the bank, you can't set, you know what I'm saying? You can't talk about the trauma that happened to Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians.
Right.
You can't tell about the truth of this Bible. The truth of this Bible? Yes, sir.
Steve Harvey a couple of years ago said, forget about slavery.
Oh, come on. Steve Harvey a couple of years ago said, forget about slavery. Guess what, sir? His name is Steve Harvey.
Right.
No, listen to him. He's still rocking the slave master's name.
Right.
And you know what? And it's not his fault because we learn helplessness.
Right.
We learn helplessness because he's still a slave.
God.
Your name is Toby. Your name is Toby, and your name gonna always be Toby until you realize, like, yo, no, my name is not Toby. You know what I mean? I'm God's chosen people.
That's right.
And I was wrong about everything. I thought I knew something. I didn't know anything. I thought I knew something. And this money is not filling me. This is nothing.
Right.
This is nothing. Steve Harvey cannot do what Commander General Yohana is doing at all.
That's right.
It's not about money. It's about, you know what I'm saying? It's about honor and dignity. You know what I'm saying? And being strong.
Right.
And being righteous. And being a man of God.
That's right.
He's only thinking about himself.
Right.
Thinking about himself. No, it's just my own person. Come on. We've been doing that for centuries. When it's going to come to a time, we've been doing this over 45 years, huh? When it's going to come to a time and say, yo, you know what? I'm tired of it. I don't want this thing to go on. You know what I'm saying? And it's time for me, it's time for me to change. It's time for me to change.
Right.
See, yeah, it's a lock, sir. Time for us to change. We got any more in that scripture? Oh, can you read that from the top, Baba Shaw?
God. Ecclesiasticus chapter 30, verse 21. Mm-hmm. Give not over thy mind to heaviness.
Give over thy mind to heaviness. You know what I'm saying? All the stress that we have. Read on, sir.
And afflict not thyself in thine own counsel.
So that's what we're doing. We're afflicting ourselves in our own counsel. Yo, I gotta smoke this weed because it calms my nerves.
Right.
You know what I mean? Oh no, man, I gotta drink something before I go over here because it calms my nerves.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I gotta do this because I gotta, you know what I'm saying? I gotta go to sleep. This is the only way I could go to sleep. I gotta drink a 6-pack before I go to sleep because this is the only way I could go to sleep.
Right.
No, I can't do it. I gotta smoke something before I even walk out the door.
Right.
We conflicting ourselves in our own counsel. In our own counsel. That's the reason why I said earlier, we don't put things in place for something that if we do something wrong, we got to check ourselves. We don't do that.
Right.
We just erase that.
Right.
In your head, you could do anything.
Right.
But you're doing it in your own counsel. Hence, we fail because we don't have counsel because that's not counsel.
Right.
And that's how we end up failing because we want to do our own thing. And guess what? And guess who? You know what I'm saying? Conflict themselves in Salaki. So go ahead, sir.
Salaki, I'm going to cut you off. So Salaki. The good precept to go with what you're saying is lean not upon your own understanding.
Come. And that's what we did. So.
Paraphrase it, come.
That's what we did. We go and guess who conflicted themselves with their own counsel? Our brothers and sisters that have been molested and they became homosexual and they indulge in homosexuality.
Right.
They counseled their own self. They conflicted their own self.
Right.
And you have two people laying it down that is damaged.
God.
That is damaged. They conflicted themselves in their own counsel so hard that they just deny everything.
Right.
Because it's traumatized. I don't want to think about it. I don't want to talk about it at all. I was going to bring this out. The sister, you know what I'm saying? The sister that plays Snoop in The Wire. The sister.
Right.
Thinks she's us. Because she's traumatized. And she making fun of molestation. She got molested at 12, 11. Her family member set that up. Her family member set up for her to get molested, but it's normalized. That's my sister. Why she had to go through that?
Right.
How my family member going to say it's okay for a grown woman to try to have sex with a child? How that became normal in our neighborhood? She didn't have no counsel. It wasn't no place for us to go.
Right.
Now she's giving her. Now she afflicting herself in her own counsel.
Right. To
the part that she talking about dropping seeds. You see how ironic this is? She afflicted herself in her own counsel. Damage. A family member set us up. A family member set us up in molestation. Family member. But it's cool in our hood, right? It's cool in the Blacks, Hispanic, and the American Indians hood. This is normal. Have anybody counseled? No, we ain't get counsel on that. Because we learned this behavior from our slave master.
Right.
You and I know that stuff is not good at all. You've been beat down, you know what I'm saying? We've been beat down so much, we didn't normalize it. It's normal. It's normal. But not in this book. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, that, you know what I'm saying? Our sister. Our sister. Well, I don't know what's her real name. But our sister. She's an Israelite. She's God's chosen.
Right.
The sister that plays Snoop on the what? She is God's chosen. She's supposed to be above every last, you know what I'm saying? Above all heathens upon the face of the earth. Yes, sir.
The sister's name is Felicia Pearson.
Felicia Pearson. That's my sister. That's my sister. Have been conflicted. That's my sister.
Right.
She ain't even supposed to go through that.
Right.
We ain't even supposed to go through that. She was supposed to have a safe place where she could go. Away from that. And grew up as a daughter of Zion.
That's right.
She's supposed to be delicate. She ain't even supposed to put her feet on the goddamn ground.
Right.
But look how she grew up. She grew up like the rest of us. Like the rest of us. It's always the same old two-step. There's no place for us. There ain't no counsel. We ain't have no, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't nobody out there. But since 1969, ISUBK is starting to clean up our brothers and sisters.
That's
so,
right.
You know what I'm saying? We don't have to go through this stuff anymore and normalize that at 32, 22, 35, 58, and all this mess. And talking nonsense. Following the, you know what I'm saying? Learn not that way of the heathens. That's their way.
Right.
Let them talk, you know what I'm saying? Let them talk about all this, that, you know what I'm saying? A man can become a woman become, let them do that.
Right.
Let their kids be, you know what I'm saying, be disgusting and perverted.
Right.
Let them have sex at 8 and 10 and 11. While we over here being God's chosen people and showing love to one another. You know what I'm saying? Atoning, saying sorry to one another, apologizing. That brother that, you know what I'm saying, that did that to that sister, that brought, you know what I'm saying, that set up the molestation, he's supposed to atone for that.
Right.
When did he ever atone for that, sis? When did he ever atone for that trauma? Because that was a molestation. When did that sister ever atone for that trauma? When did the people who did that to her, to the sister who did that to that, you know, to the young sister, you know, somebody did that to her.
Right.
And somebody did that to him. Why don't y'all talk about that?
Right.
We have to talk about it, Israel. And this is the healing. This is where the brotherhood comes in. This is where the sisterhood, the fatherhood, the protection come in. It's time for a change, Israel.
That's right.
It's to look around. It's time to, you know what I'm saying? It's time to not live in the matrix anymore. That stuff is fake. It's fake. It's fake. You are a woman in my eyes. You're a woman. You are a woman. Ain't no seed. You don't got no seed. You don't got no seed. Stop fronting. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking to the people that have the alternative lifestyle. Women don't have no seed.
Right.
Is this thing on?
Come on.
Women don't have no seed. The man plants seed.
Right.
Period. That's
right.
it. That's it. Two women cannot make a baby, period. It's
Damn
over.
right.
It's over. Two men cannot make a baby, it's over. It's over. Stop living in la-la land. And that's what for blacks, Hispanics, and Native American, we took on the traits of this oppressor. We took on the traits of the rapist. Please. We took on the traits of this rapist. That's what we did. Now we're following his philosophy. We're following her philosophy. Let them be a bunch of perverted bastards by my sister Felicia.
Right.
It's too delicate to put her feet on the ground. It ain't supposed to be like that. We are traumatized people. We going into our own counsel and we afflicting our own self in our counsel and we normalizing constructive. What word I'm looking for? Very, you know what I'm saying? Very traumatized behavior. Right. We normalize that. We normalized that. We did. No more blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. We just finished having a Day of Atonement. There's plenty of us that have to atone for the nastiness and all the other stuff that we have done. We are God's chosen people. We need to come back to the law, statutes, and commandments. We need to understand that you have a slave master's name on you, branded on you, sis.
Right.
Brothers. Slave master name. You are God's chosen people. Nobody else.
That's right.
Nobody else. You are God's chosen people. Nobody else. That's what it is. Let me get lock it, sir. Oh, let me get John. Let me get John 15 and 12.
God.
John 15 and 12. Because we've been traumatized. We have to come back to the law, statute, commandment. We have to be forced. We have to be forced. You know what I'm saying? To show compassion to one another. We have to learn this behavior so we can start, you know what I'm saying? So we don't have to kill each other anymore. We don't have to do senseless shooting.
Right.
So we can iron out all our differences. Everything. And become lords of this planet.
That's right.
We're supposed to be blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians supposed to be lords over this planet, period. We're supposed to be an example to the whole world. To the whole world. To my sisters. My sisters that been, you know what I'm saying, that been traumatized.
That's right. And
it's going out into this, you know what I'm saying, this alternative lifestyle. No. Go to the isupk.com. Get the counsel. Talk to somebody. No more afflicting ourselves with our own mindsets.
Right.
That's what we've been doing over 42 years. And we got another generation of people saying exactly the same goddamn things.
Right.
If something, the same thing that happened, whatever happened to you, going to happen to another sister. That sister's going to come along and you're going to look at her. You're going to lust after that little girl, or you're going to put a down payment on that and normalize that behavior, huh? You ain't going to bring her to the priest and prophet of the Lord and say, help this sister, because I need help also.
Right.
Or you're going to say, that's normal behavior.
Right.
No, it's not. We've been over-sexualized because we don't have no love for one another. We don't. Can you read that, Bob Shaw, if you have it?
God. John chapter 15, verse 12. This is my commandment.
Go on.
That ye love one another.
Go on.
As I have loved you.
Who's saying that, sir?
This is our King, Yahushua, Christ.
This is Christ. You know what I'm saying? The great example of this is what we could do. We could do this.
Right.
Christ came on the scene and showed blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. Because guess what? We was doing the same thing back then.
That's right.
We was doing the same thing back then. Can you read that from the top?
God.
From our king. This is what our king said.
That's right.
This is what our king said to blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, because our king only came for who? Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. If you don't believe me, I could prove it. I could prove who Christ came for.
That's right.
Can you read that, sir?
God, this is my commandment.
This is what Christ said. This is my commandment.
That ye love one another.
That we do what?
Love one another.
Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, we need to do what?
Love one another.
Felicia, you need to. She need to do what?
Love one another.
Go on.
As I have loved you.
This as Christ have loved us.
That's right.
And how did he show his love? Christ died for us.
Right.
He only died for blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. Christ only died for blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. Yes, sir. Let me get what is that? Let me get Matthews chapter 1, verse 21.
God.
Is that it right there? Matthew chapter 1, verse 21. Christ only came for, you know what I'm saying, only for the children of Israel.
That's right.
If you have it, you can read it, sir. So Christ, our King, our great example of brotherhood, our great example of brotherhood, blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. This is our King. And he came on the scene because we was doing the same wickedness back then. And he had to come on the scene to show us it could be, you know what I'm saying, there's another way. There's another way. He only came for blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. Can you read that, Baba Shah, if you have it?
Matthew chapter 1, verse 21.
Uh-huh.
And she shall bring forth a son,
Uh-huh.
and thou shalt call his name Yahawashai,
Uh-huh.
for he shall save his people from their sins.
Read that from the top, sir.
God. And she shall bring forth a son.
Now, who is she? She is Mary. This is Mary.
Right.
This is Mary. Read on.
And thou shalt call his name Yahawashai.
So Mary and Joseph should call his name Yahushua. You know what I'm saying? Jesus in English. This is Jesus now. Read on.
For he shall save his people.
Wait. For what?
For he shall save his people.
So Jesus should save his people. His. That's possessive.
That's right.
That's possessive. And everybody, you know what I'm saying? And what was Jesus Christ? What was his ethnicity? He was from the tribe of Judah.
That's right.
He should save his people, not everybody else. I hear everybody else there.
Right.
His is possessive. His is possessive. Read on, sir.
His people from their sins.
From whose sins?
Their sins.
From blacks, Hispanics, and American Indians. What?
Their sins.
From their sins. Who did this book came for? Who did the scriptures came for? The Israelites,
right.
The blacks, Hispanics, Native American Indians who are today. Their sins. We was underneath the law.
Right.
He came to die for the people who was under the law.
Right.
The sins. Same people who's breaking the sins today.
Right.
Blacks, Hispanics, Native American, because we are hard-headed.
Right.
We are hard-headed. And this is, you know, and we are hard-headed because we learning the behavior of another nation of people.
Right.
That's all we doing. That's what we doing. But since Yahushua came on the scene, he's telling us to love one another because we done lost that.
God.
We done lost that. We don't even know how to apologize anymore. We don't know that. Let me get, you know what I'm saying? Let me get that last scripture. Give me Matthew's, I think is what was it? The trespass was that 15 and 18? But we don't even know how to apologize anymore.
Salakia.
That's okay, sir. Because we, blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, I think it's 18 and 15. Is it 18 and 15? 18 and 15, right?
18 and 15.
Comic-Con, 18 and 15. Now, blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, you know what I'm saying? We have to come back to the law, statutes, commandments. We have to follow these law, statutes, and commandments. This would show brotherhood. This would show sisterhood. This would show fatherhood and motherhood. This is what we have to do. Because if we don't follow the law, statutes, commandments, we got our brothers and sisters would shoot randomly on a bus. On a bus. If we following the ways of the heathens and not following the law, statutes, and commandments, and not, you know what I'm saying, not following our own days of atonement, we won't have any, you know what I'm saying? We won't have this. We need to atone for our situations.
Salakia.
That's all against it. Salakia. So got just little technical difficulties. The camera just went out.
Come.
I like a little short.
Salakia, hold on just 1 second.
Comic-Con. Stand by, brothers and sisters. Most likely they could probably still hear me. Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2. Yeah, Comic-Con, they can still hear me. So, but this will be my last scripture anyway.
Con.
So blacks, Hispanics,
we back up.
Comic-Con. So blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, we don't have to go through this anymore. We don't have to. We don't have to go to you know what I'm saying, go to isupk.com and then scroll down, look for the number that's close to you. We don't have to go through this. It's about time for us to iron out our differences.
Right.
This is what Christ said. You know what I'm saying? This is what Christ said to his brothers. Said this to his brothers. This is what Christ said to his brothers to iron out the differences. Can you read that, Bob Shaw?
Con. Matthews chapter 18 and verse 15.
Come on, sir.
Moreover, if thy brother shall trespass against thee.
So if thy brother shall trespass, is our brother shall sin against you. If my, you know what I'm saying, my brother, you know what I'm saying, doing, you know what I'm saying, did me wrong, my brother, I get angry. We get angry.
Right.
But this is what our king said. If our brother trespass against us, read on.
Go and tell him his fault.
You can go say that again.
Go and tell him his fault.
So if your brother trespass against you, go and let him know. Go and let him know, you know what I'm saying, about the trespass. Go to that brother. That's a, you know what I'm saying? That's a law right there.
Right.
Go to, that's a law. There's no laws, you know what I'm saying? There's no other laws. We're doing, you know what I'm saying? We're doing our, you know what I'm saying? We're putting ourselves in our own counsel. Let's go kill that dude. Let's go kill that dude and do 25 years. Yo, why you kill him? Yo, man, because he stepped on my shoes. Because he disrespected me, so I had to shank him. Come on. That's why we have to come together. That's the reason why we have to separate ourselves and take close attention to a friend. So if our brother trespasses, go to him and him alone. And if you don't know how to do that, go to isupk.com, scroll down, look for the numbers close to you. Read on, sir.
Between thee and him alone.
To go to him and him alone, that's it. Go on.
If he shall hear thee.
Now, if a brother shall hear you, if a brother shall hear, like, oh man, if that brother hear you, read on.
Thou hast gained thy brother.
What, say that again?
Thou hast gained thy brother.
If a Hispanic hear a black man, what happens?
Thou hast gained thy brother.
If a Hispanic, so-called Hispanic, you know what I'm saying, hear a Native American Indians, what happens?
Thou hast gained thy brother.
If a Native American Indian hear a so-called African American, what will happen?
Thou hast gained thy brother.
Thou hast gained our brother.
Right.
I went, you know what I'm saying? I went to my Spanish, you know what I'm saying? I went to, you know what I'm saying, Puerto Rican tone down the block. And I say, yo, you know what I mean? My apologies about, you know what I'm saying, what happened in 96. I know I did you dirt.
Right.
And it was always tension between us when we get into a room. We have mutual friends. But it was still that tension because it had not been ironed out.
Right.
That's the Day of Atonement right there.
Yeah, right.
Not only is the Day of Atonement, we have this statute of commandment to say that this is what we have to do.
Yeah, right.
So we can gain that brother back. Yo, man, I apologize that, you know what I'm saying? I disrespect your sister like that. Come on. It don't have to be like that. But that's my time, Israel. This is Precinct Officer Paratazar of Yonkers, New York. This is Isupk. Started off from 1 West 125th Street under Commander Junior Yohana. And since 1969, we've been teaching the Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. They are God's chosen people. They are the true Israelite. They are the Jews, what the Bible speaks of. You know what I'm saying? We have prison programs. We have food drive, GED programs. We have counseling. You know what I'm saying? We have trauma counseling. We have you know what I'm saying? We have safe places where Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians could go. And, you know what I'm saying? And you don't have to afflict yourself from your own counsel.
Right.
You don't have to go to bed and smoking weed and getting drunk so you go to bed because your mind is racing because of the trauma, what happened to you. Go to isupk.com, call that number. So, you know what I'm saying? So you could come back to the Most High God. So you could tell these people 10 toes down that you are God's chosen people and nobody else. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. And I'm going to pass the class over to Priest and Prophet Sha'al.
Clap it up for that powerful class.